sports card buyers and especially sellers, we have to do better. What's up, YouTube? Ryan back today with another sports card video, talking about a very sensitive subject today in the hobby. It's been around forever, but especially in 2020, 2021, it's the worst it's ever been. People do not know how to buy and sell a card to where the transaction goes smoothly, and it's mostly because people are not listing flaws in cards, whether it's proficient pictures or a good description on eBay, on Twitter, on Facebook, wherever you're selling. Whatever you're selling, you guys, we need to be more accurate. And for us buyers, we cannot be asking for refunds if we did not do the proper research before purchasing a card. So 2020, 2021, grading cards has never been more popular, right, you guys? Never, ever has it been more popular. Everyone wants to buy raw cards and grade them at this point. And even if not, people don't like buying cards that have flaws. Like, a lot of people always say they want to buy it for a 10. You shouldn't expect a 10 if you're buying a card, blah, blah, blah. In my opinion, if you post a card on eBay, we'll use eBay for an example, you post one or two pictures that are very basic with no flaws, and you post a description that doesn't have any flaws in it, I expect that card to have no flaws. If you post a card with multiple pictures that show flaws in the card and include the flaws in the description, I'm cool with that. You know, I know exactly what I'm buying. And I have an example today. This is my Boba Fett 2020 Panini Mosaic Silver. It's not a super expensive card, but I got very upset when I got it. And this is one that just came to my mind. I probably have had 30 of these in the past, I don't know, 3-4 months. It seems like it's every single card now. So this is why I really wanted to bring this subject up. I want to talk about it. So Boba Fett, this is the picture that was listed when I bought this. This is the picture. This is the description, right? They put it at an angle to where you can't see the flaw. Nothing in the description, right? Look what's wrong with this card. Now let me show you. You can see that giant dent right there under the card. And it's not a small dent. This is a large dent, you guys. And this is just an example. There's so many other examples. You could have print lines. You could have ding corners that weren't mentioned at all or not in the pictures. I've even seen people that sell you a different card. Like, it's ridiculous what people are doing right now. But again, this was the picture. It was the only picture on the listing. And it was the description, right? Yeah, I should have probably asked for more pictures as a buyer, you know? I didn't do all the research that I should have, right? So I did not ask for a refund. You can't do that. You just cannot do that. As you guys saw, that picture was at an angle to where you couldn't see the dent in the card. Like, now that I know where that dent is and I look at that picture, yeah, maybe I can see something when I look really close. But even, I was looking at that picture for like 5 minutes before I made this video, and it's still like, you can't tell there's a giant dent in the card. It looks like someone dropped a hammer on it. So I'm going to pull up a couple of my listings, and I'm going to show you guys what I do. I'm honestly a pretty lazy eBay seller, but I do all the right things. So this is one of my Juan Soto postings. On the 11th, card sold for $71. Look at all the pictures I provide. That's the first thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I post pictures of both sides and all the corners. I do think 2 pictures is proficient enough on a cheaper card, but since this was an expensive card, I did all corners. And the reason I did all corners is because this corner was not okay. You can see clearly that this corner had an issue. My description, obviously the one that gets populated for me, but I made sure to say this: please see pictures for quality, top right corner ding. See, that's pretty lazy. Honestly, I could have probably been more in depth with that, but that was the only flaw on this card. So I made sure that was said. So my butt's covered for the most part. So when this person bought this card and they got it shipped to them and they opened it up and they saw that ding in the right corner, they could have been like, oh man, I want to refund this. I want to refund this. This is not the card I bought. They go back and look at the card. They see the pictures. They see the description. They can't do anything about that. Yeah, I think with eBay you probably can, but I did my due justice as a seller to make sure that the flaw on the card was noted in both pictures and the description. This card's another example. I just bought this card this week. Picture was great, nothing in the description. This thing has about 7 print lines on the front of the card, and it's just horrible. So like I said earlier, you guys, grading cards has never been more popular. And yes, I do buy some cards to grade. I buy cards that I do not own and would love to have in a PSA 10, right? But I also buy cards for my PC that I'm not going to grade. Either way, whether I'm grading that card or not, I do not want an unexpected flaw. Another example, this Trey Mancini card, Sapphire, I bought for my PC. I did not buy it to grade the card, but I took it out and there's surface scratches on it, and it's just like, it's unappealing, you know? Like if I want to put that in a one touch, put it on display, it just doesn't look good. So yes, people do buy cards to grade. People don't buy cards to grade. It doesn't really matter. If you are someone that buys and sells sports cards, we have to be better on both ends. You cannot complain if you don't do it right. If you're a seller and you're not listing flaws and people ask for refunds, you know, that's on you. If you're a buyer and you're asking for refunds without checking pictures, checking the description, that's on you too. So it goes both ways. It really does. And I've seen some really bad ones lately, you guys. Like I saw one on Twitter yesterday of a guy that's I really respect in the hobby, and he sold a guy a high-end card, and either the guy switched out the cards or completely just like when he got it, took it out and dinged it all up and asked for a refund. Come on now. Like you cannot be doing that. That's one of the worst ones I've ever heard. I would never want that experience, and I would never wish that upon anybody. Like I just don't think people get it. Like people like me, when I sell some cards, it's because I need to sell some cards so I can pay some bills. I can buy more cards. I'm selling that card to use that money. I'm not selling that card to keep that money. Like every time I sell a card, it's because I want money to use it for something else. So if I sell a card, I'm going to spend that money. And if someone ends up refunding that, that means I got to pull it out of my savings account somewhere else. I got to come up with that money because I already spent it. It's just a weird situation. It's just such a hard situation to talk about because people get really offended on both ends of this. It's just something that I truly feel passionate about. I talk about it with people all the time, and we just have to be better. As a community, as a hobby, if we want to trend in a better direction, because there's so much toxicity in the hobby itself, we have to do our best. We have to control what we can control to prevent crappy interactions. You know, you never know who you're selling to. You could sell to a popular YouTuber, a popular Instagram person, a popular person on Twitter with 10,000 followers. You sell them a card without listing that, they're going to blackball you, or there's a chance they're going to blackball you. Say, you know what? This guy sold me this card. The card came in. It didn't look anything like this. It was horrible. It was in bad shape. Don't buy from this guy. It could happen, you know? So I want to put this out there just to make you guys aware. There's some people out there still that are new to the hobby and truly do not understand how to buy and sell a card. They come into the hobby, they're new, they're just trying to buy cards and grade them for 10s. So they just buy. They get the cards, they're in horrible shape, bad corners. They might not have done their research, ask for refunds. You know, it's just not right. It's really not. I have never asked for a refund personally in my life because either I didn't do my research or I didn't dig deep enough. Like on that Bo Bichette card, I did not dig deep enough. I really didn't. So I didn't feel like at the $10 I paid for that card, I didn't think that it was deserving enough to ask for a refund. If I would have asked for more pictures, asked him, hey, is there any flaws on this card? Then yeah, I could see it if I did all those steps, but I didn't. All right, my rant is over, you guys. Please let me know what you guys think about this subject. I know it's a touchy one. I get people in my YouTube comments all the time on my mail days that like blow me up because I complain about like a surface error, or I said I bought this card to grade and it wasn't gradable. So let me know what you guys think in the comments of this subject. Do better if you're a buyer or seller of sports cards. Put your flaws out there to eliminate this stuff. This would never happen if you just list the flaws. It's just straight up. It would not happen. I'm doing both ways. I'm talking about buying and selling because both have problems. If you're buying cards to grade and you're not doing your research, then that's on you. If you're selling and not listing flaws, you're a crappy person. And yes, I do know there's exceptions. People don't know what they're doing, but do your research. Do your research. If you are trying to sell cards, even if you're new in the hobby, do your research. I tell people that all the time. Before getting into this hobby, do your research. Learn everything there needs to know. Ask people what they need to do if they're selling cards. So, yeah, guys, that's it for today's video. I know it was a sensitive subject. I just think we can do better on both ends as a hobby. I see a lot of negative stuff on Twitter these days about this subject, so I just want to make a video on it. For maybe there's people watching this video that did not know about this, so that's the reason I made it. And I want to talk to you guys. I want to see your comments. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Again, let me know in the comments what you guys think on this subject. Am I spot on? Am I ignorant for saying that? Like, am I like the worst person for telling you guys to be better at buying and selling? Let me know. I'm all ears. Blow me up if you think I am. But yeah, guys, that's it. Thank you guys for watching as always, and you guys have a great rest of your day. See ya.